Third quest time. Let's get it going. So for this first mission, it's only 2 check marks again as usual. The first one is going to be down. And I'm just taking care of this enemy. So what you want to do is break these blocks with either Snake Eyes or Duke. I like using Snake Eyes for this one because he has the fireballs that can break one block. And his jump is pretty good, so you can always get that check mark. And the second check mark is going to be to the top right, so I have to make my way all the way to the right. It shouldn't take too long. Unless I decide to stop by for some K ration, or some health power-ups. All the power-ups are still in the same spot, it's just the check marks that are different. I decided to power up Duke some more. And, yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this first stage. I was originally going to do just the first 2 stages, but then I realized how short they were. So I decided to throw in the third one. And, there it is right there. That's the second one. So just collect these power-ups, make your way over to the exit. And then you're done with this first mission. Or with the base level of mission 2, I should say. Now for mission 2-2, and the copters are in the same spot, so you always want to get those first. Now you don't have to go up first. Instead, what you want to do is make your way over to the right, because that's where the first check mark is going to be. I decided I'd go the wrong way. And I decided to drop off for some more power-ups. So I just need to make my way up and then to the left. And this is where they start hiding them in those invisible walls that you can go through. So that's the first one. See, I need to make my way over to the right to get the second and third ones. The second one's going to be hidden in this area. You go through the hidden entrance and then go up. And just collecting those power-ups if you want, which you're going to want to do, because the thing about playing with only 2 Joes is that you do have to power them up as quickly as you can to get them up to speed, because if you don't, then you can end up getting them killed, and that's never any good. And this third one, you have to break these blocks and then go inside, and that's where the last one is. So just collect this power up and get to the exit. Now for mission 3-2. This is the part where things start getting a little bit trickier. I decided to take gridiron with me this time. And, let's see, all I'm doing is just killing enemies. And failing at this jump because I'm trying to get the buzz bore. There you see that first check mark. Yep, I get it this time. So I just had to make my way up there. And I decided to take a bit of a different route this time. Before I went for the check mark at the bottom, and there is one still there, but I didn't do that this time. I'll come back to it. Instead, I decided to go over to the left and get more stuff there. And I'm just taking out these turrets as well as these purple dudes. And enemies do a lot more damage in the second and third quest, so that's something you have to keep in mind. There you can see the check mark hidden behind the wall. Just go in there and get those. You still have to break the blocks to get those rank upgrades as well as those ammo power-ups, or those weapon power-ups, I mean. See, I'm just waiting to take those things out before I ditch the buzz bore. And I'm just picking up these power-ups. So that was kind of a short backtrack. I decided to go back there so I can go down and get the next check mark after taking out this blade throwing guy. And once again getting more power-ups, because that's always a good thing. That's one thing I like about the third mission, is that the base levels is pretty easy to power up pretty quickly. There's that third one. And I decided to pick up an ammo power-up too while I'm at it. And if you do end up playing this whole thing from the beginning, you can really rack up ammo pretty quickly. I do have to go up and to the left now to keep going. And there is that weapon power-up still there. At this part I decided to go up, but then as you'll see, this is really not the best decision. And that's the problem with the third quest. As I've said before, enemies do more damage, so it's pretty easy to get hurt in this place. So yeah, I had to backtrack a bit. But back to where I should be going for the 4th checkmark. Just taking out these guys with grenades. And there's just more of the same basic enemies as there were in the previous 2 quests. There I'm trying to get the checkmark on the other side, but then turned out I'm wrong. I had to take the long way around. But first I decided to stop over for a health power-up for some reason. I don't know. Instead I will get power-ups and the 4th checkmark. Just a short backtrack. And more of the same. And there the buzz boar is still in the same hidden wall, so that's always a good thing. And there's number 5. So all I gotta do is make my way over to the exit and not go the wrong way like I did just there. So I need to go over to the right and then up. And right here is where the exit's gonna be, just as soon as I get this bulletproof vest. That's a good thing about the vest, as well as being on a vehicle. You can just plow through this part pretty quickly. But that's it for the first 3 stages. I'll see you next time in Mission 4 and 5.